friends and all former allies.
You're lucky. Night, what she took flight to hunt down I'm sorry. I have a lot on my mind. The shadow fell. Night song. That's not the first, but perhaps there's more to it.
So, for now, this is it. The spearhead moment. You brought... If you're hunting Floric, say the word, and we're off. I'm touched, but I'm already spoken for.
Hi, it's Zobo975 and welcome to episode 44. The combination of all of Act 2, the finally storming of Moonrise Towers to face Ketheric Thorn, probably one of the coolest villains in the game. Now, I always find getting up into the roof space and killing the guys that are up high raining bow shots down is quite useful. Also, storming in early ahead of Jaheira, so Jaheira is at least around 2 rounds behind, is also incredibly useful. Now I've gone full summons mode on this, so I have an elemental in play, I have a undead archer in play, I have my familiar in play, I have a little minor elemental in play. So I've gone full summons mode with Nipsy, giving her as many little pals as possible. Now, I should have frenzied before I did the 2 attacks, I don't know why I did that. But ultimately, just want to try and get as much damage as possible done, clear out as much as possible, and try and clear the path for Jaheira so she doesn't die and get stupidly one-shot. The problem is, some of these guys, especially these 3 stood in front of me right here, hit like hammers. They have access to incredibly powerful smite attacks, which can do a lot of hit points. This is a really cheeky use of disarm. So basically, after icing up some of these guys and forming a little ice floory bit, because people in heavy armor do not like ice. It's a tip for you. We'll get rid of her weapon because that nerfs her quite greatly, and you know, and then we'll try and trip someone up, but miss. But all in all, that's a good opening gambit. So she still does 11 hit points, but they were doing a lot worse at the club. These guys dash round my little obstacle, but it's the guys in heavy armor that's on the obstacle I'm looking to trap. Now, there's basically, these guys hit hard. It's, you know, to be fair, you know, there's a lot of stuff in this level that can hit things very, very hard. It can be really awkward to get through unscathed, especially considering how squishy some of the Harpers are. Now, I'm not like squeamish about my Harpers getting killed in this sequence, but if I can avoid it, I would like to. So one of the reasons why I'm ramming the elemental down their throat is because the elemental is there to get hit a lot, get hit hard. It doesn't really matter. The elemental is here to take damage for other people. You know, there's no other purpose in having that elemental there than really to you know, just take the damage, soak up the damage. I was thinking about using the electricity and water thing, but then I was like, it's just gonna get messy if I do that, really messy. So I may as well take the easy kill on that guy, because that's, you know, just gets him out of the fight straight away. And you know, obviously keep Karlach topped up and blessed. And as to these guys, there we go, guys in armor, full prone easy. But you saw there, that elemental just took a 43 hit point hit, which, to be fair, would really mess up one of my you know, one of my other characters' days. Now it's time to get some potions down me to you know, put in a little bit of a shift up here, get some damage out, knock some people prone, and yeah, I can cut in words, I can shield, I can do all sorts from up here and be super annoying. You know, but yeah, Jaheira's gone invisible, but she's way behind the pack, so I need you to clear out the real hard-hitting stuff before she gets in it, because if she took a 43 hit point hit, she's nearly dead. And if you lose her in this fight, that's it. You lose her for the rest of the game. So the vitally important part is just don't lose Jaheira. The rest of the fight doesn't really matter that much. You can, smash things, do however you want. I will say, out of the undead stuff, I do really like the undead archers. With a bit of high ground and that extra necrotic damage, they're really useful. And if you can get that paladin spell on the go that gives d4 damage extra to everyone in the aura, again, this is really useful. They're just a nice little damage buff. Not amazing, but incredibly useful. Here I was a bit annoyed because I couldn't quite get Lizelle into the fight, so I just thought I'd chuck some damage down. Use some different arrow effects on these guys. Just throw some random damage out, and it worked quite well. Some knockdown, some extra damage, always good. And like I said, it tops up her lightning charges, so it means from now on she can get a bit of extra damage. I decided not to interfere with the guiding bolt. The archers are in now for the Harpers. They don't do a great deal, but yeah, like I say, the main thing is making sure these axemen don't break through and do too much. And the elemental does a really good job. As you can see, he's already down to 45 hit points. He's basically there to die in place of other things. I accidentally set fire to Karlach then, but Karlach's fairly good when it comes to being burnt. She doesn't really mind too much. So time to get a heal and bless everyone on the go, and then start getting some spirit guardians and putting some orbs out. That's really a broken spell, great for battlefield control. I'm not going to really react to these guys' spells, but as you can see, look at the damage those guys are doing. So you want them. I mean, that is severe. That could kill Jaheira very easily, so you don't want them doing that to Jaheira. As I say, the ideal is, do what I've done, get them killing an elemental that's a summons. They've just wasted all that damage that they've thrown into that creature, and it's like, oh, it's fine, it's not going to do a lot. Now Nipsy's up high, she's taken out all the high stuff, so that's ideal. I can now shoot down from high ground with the pluses to hit. Take control of the centre of the battlefield. Now the weakened big damagey stuff is now facing a really angry and quite hurt Karlach. They did hit Karlach pretty hard, but she's going to hit them hard back, and so the zealots are going to get some damage back on them. I was trying to get in the water to because she gets the electrified effect as well, but I didn't want to take the attack of opportunity to do it. And now Lizelle's in, and Lizelle's fully charged up. I don't know if she's got her poison damage on the go, but she's got most of her extra damage on the go, as you can see. So she's doing absolutely all the damage types. So this little clonk is suddenly a big clonk, and there we go. And then the archers back here are just going to shoot the crap out of the blinded guy. He's going to try and hunger it into Dar, but we're not having that. And now blind him again. And like I say, keep the big hitty stuff away from the important characters. That's all that matters. I think Karlach goes down at some point in this fight, but overall I think this is managed pretty well. It is it's one of them. It's difficult to prevent stuff that can one-shot stuff doing big damage. I've got to say the Azura's really good. The little elemental's really great. He's got such a good armor class. He blocks stuff pretty well. He's good. He's a proper useful character. And once I'm up here raining down Eldritch Blasts, and reverberation, knocking stuff down. There we go. That's Nipsy sped up doing that sort of damage run on high is pretty useful, and yeah, I mean, I do get some decent support out of the Harpers, but we didn't. The idea is not to lose too many Harpers, so if we can kill the threats before the Harpers get killed, that's ideal. Yeah, I like my little skeleton archer. It's 14 hit points damage. The extra necrotic damage is great, and like I say, if you can get the thing on the go that gives you the extra damage, that's really, really useful. I don't know why I was just interested in bow shotting with Zell. She's much better in melee than she is shooting stuff, but it worked out. And like I say, it's pretty much move fast, hit hard, clear out the stuff. These things hit really, really hard, so someone's going to have to tank that damage or take that damage. In this case, Karlach did end up going down, but at least you can see the amount of hit points she's just taken from that hit was huge. The orbs, I was trying to get him to miss by selling the orbs next to him, but I think he's the last guy to go. He's surrounded by Harpers, and yeah, I think I'm going to get a bit unlucky with Karlach actually getting downed by him, to be honest, because she is only taking half damage, but it's because I think a lot of his damage that he does is smite damage, so it's not stuff she's halving, but still, I could have done more to get Lizelle into combat a bit quicker, and yeah, but Karlach takes a massive hit there, and yeah, and she goes down. Mostly that was radiant damage, so not much I could do about that. Even the raging doesn't do anything to that, but it's not a problem. He's under Spirit Guardians, getting absolutely tonked, and Karlach bounces up and down anyway. She's a barbarian, she's good at not dying, and the Harpers actually kill him. So there we go. The fight for the basement of Moonrise is done. So now we have a little pause, a little convo, and loot up, and then we're taking on Ketheric on the upstairs. Out of the way, everyone comes up and joins me on the beam. But anyway, so yeah, a little chat with Jaheira, and then we're on to the bigger fight upstairs.
As long as we hold this floor, the tower is ours. I'll stay here. Ensure no one comes up or down without a scimitar welcome. You're close now. A final audience with Ketheric Thorm awaits. May you...
Now, Ketheric Thorn is the man of 1,000 cutscenes. I do wonder why in a cutscene a bard would be running at someone like that. That's not natural bardic behavior. Natural bardic behavior is to hide behind the pile of corpses at the back, singing a song, hoping the fighter does their job and kills it. I know, I've played as a bard for many years in D&D campaigns, and dying and trying not to die are the two things bards are good at. But yeah, Ketheric Thorn is the man of many cutscenes because, of course, he's got that really cool voice, and yeah, such a good voice casting act. Yeah, but the night song and him have this back and forth, and then we have a fight, and then when he gets to a certain point, he's going to go underground, and yeah, and we're going to have to pursue him, which yeah, he's a man of a lot of cutscenes, it's got to be said. They did really get the most out of him by having him have some really epic cutscenes and voiceover bits. But why wouldn't you? If you're going to hire an actor of that caliber, you've really got to take notice and use of it. Yeah, so everyone else is going to run downstairs and take on Ketheric. I am going to definitely not do that because I'm a bard. So the bard is going to do what the bard does, which is run around the outside and take on the minions, which I love doing this bit because that was awesome. Goodbye, minion. Yeah, I did think about doing the electric shock, because it also removes their attack of opportunity as well, which means I can carry on round to the next lot, which is cool. But yeah, I was here to get rid of the minion fiendy things and counterspell as much as possible, which will be a growing use of Nipsy. That's basically what I did in the whole D&D campaign, is, you know, make sure I get rid of the minions and you know, leave the fighting the big twatty stuff like him to the people who can hit hard. But like, yeah, that is not nice. That's a decent amount of damage straight from the off. Now, as you can see, I have resummoned an elemental because, yeah, they're just so good for damage soak and knockdown. And yeah, my Skelly Archer's still going, doing his thing. And Lizelle's gonna go around the outside and my beloved and smash some of these guys up. She's probably gonna do it a lot more effectively than I do on the other side, but you know, each to their own. She's just a one-woman wrecking machine, to be honest. And yeah, I got the little Azor on the go. They're good for smites. I mean, it's a smite. It's a fairly decent hit. And yeah, undead archer dude didn't quite do a lot, but man, that's some serious smitey. So a lot of bone shell attacks, which I feel were a bit unfair on me, but you know, Shadowheart's going to go right into the centre and do a bit of healing, and then now everyone's blessed and got Bless on the go. So I'll see what she can do in terms of getting rid of their spellcasters as quick as possible. And I do want to get Spirit Guardians on the go. Now let's walk my boy in and see if we can knock him down. This is what they're really good at doing, it's just knocking stuff prone. Didn't work out in this situation, but they are pretty good at doing it. And some more Thunder Wavage. It's such a good spell. I should have just focused on them. I shouldn't have spread the damage out there. I should have just killed someone. But pick one and go kill it. And yeah, God, I did get fairly smacked, but so she can knock him on the ground. And yeah, he doesn't like taking this much of a beating. It's got to be said. 35 hit point hits from the barbarian are fairly useful, but he's got auras, he's frightening people, he's incubating bodies, he's doing all sorts of deadly orders, all sorts of things, and unfortunately this time I didn't blind him. But yeah, Lizelle's doing her thing, smacking stuff around on the outside, which has got all armor with Agathis on, so that's like doing me damage back. And the little Azors are great because they can jump around pretty quickly. Anything with high strength in this game, abuse the jump mechanic, something wrong. It's always worth doing. Now I found out, of course, the undead is all immune to undead necrotic stuff, so that's, yeah, probably not a good use of him. I should have done something smarter with him. Yeah, while frightened, not a lot you can do, but Spirit Guardians is a good shout in this situation. I went for multi-attack because I figured more dice, more chance of hitting. But yeah, that's one of those things. It's like I'm not really sure what to do in that situation. But Nipsy gets up on high ground, and then that's already enough to activate yet another cutscene. I expected more of a fight, but that was enough to drive him underground already. The fight coming, well, you'll see what happens in a probably next episode as I go into the place below, and yeah, sadly have to go through rescuing the Night Song again because she's forever getting captured by him. And yeah, all in all, the fight to take Moonrise went particularly well. Unfortunately, some of the fights coming up don't go as well, but you'll see why. It's one of those things. In D&D, action economy is really, really important, and anything that causes fear is a nightmare. So I get boned by fear. I should have I should have done something about it before. I know I should have used heroism spell more and done a few things differently, but you'll see how that goes in a couple of episodes time. So I've got to go deeper underground with my horde of people, and yeah, so after some little chats, it's time to go deeper underground. Anyway, that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.